These reviews mostly come at night. Mostly. I'm Gayfesh, and today we'll be talking Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Season 1, Episode 9, All Those Who Wander. But before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And ho boy, are there spoilers for this one, you have been warned. Uhura's cadet tour on the Enterprise is coming to an end, but before she returns to Earth, she's gonna go on one last mission. Another Starfleet ship has made an emergency landing on a planet whose atmosphere disrupts communications, so a landing party flies down consisting of Pike, Spock, M'Benga, Chapel, La'an, Uhura, Hemmer, Sam Kirk, Cadet Shia, and Lieutenant Duke. Who are those last two, you ask? Why, they're people who got an introductory scene at the beginning of the episode. You might as well tattoo a red shirt on their torsos. What we get is effectively a recreation of Aliens, complete with a newt-like little girl and chest-bursting baby Gorn. There's a lot of Dutch angles here, probably to indicate that the ship they're on has landed at an angle, but also to give it that whole Empok Nor flair. Yeah, they're using the same sets, but there's hoses hanging from the ceiling and the camera's at a tilt. That's how you know it's a different place. At least this ship is on a planet. What's Empok Nor's excuse? There's no up or down in space. Also, I'm starting to think that they must have sent a defective Gorn to fight Kirk. He moves so slowly and gives Kirk enough time to build a rudimentary cannon. When Gorn hatch, they're barely larger than a guinea pig, but can instantly tear through people like tissue. Still, we are given some knowledge of their strengths and weaknesses, and that will inform how the show deals with them in the future. For starters, Gorn hatchlings are as aggressive with each other as they are with other species, and they will kill each other until an alpha emerges. Also, Gorn do not like the cold, so you can corral them by controlling hot and cold spots in a ship. Additionally, Gorn respond primarily to aggression. Spock tries to lure one out just by firing a weapon, but that's not enough, and he has to give in to his internal rage to get it to come. Now to their strengths. They are basically invisible on all scanners. They don't register life signs, and a medical tricorder will not pick up their eggs in a host. Even transporter biofilters can miss them. They grow incredibly quickly, from a rodent-sized hatchling to the size of a second grader in the span of a few hours. Even as newborns, they have heightened intelligence and cunning. And they spit a venom that blinds their prey and infects them with eggs. After the two new characters who got introduced this episode bite it, they finally managed to lure the Alpha into the cargo bay and freeze it solid with, as far as I can tell, Captain Cold's gun. La'an smashes the resulting ice sculpture to ensure it stays dead. Unfortunately, Hemmer had gotten hit with the venom, and despite people telling him they can find a way to cure him, he won't let anyone risk it. After giving Uhura a big speech about how she should stick around the Enterprise and learn to let people in, he leaps from the cargo bay to his death. I think his funeral scene is gonna live on right next to Tasha Yar's Windows XP memorial. Uhura delivers a eulogy. Spock leaves the memorial because after giving into his rage to lure out the Gorn, he is having trouble getting it back under control. Chapel goes out to try to help him and tells him that his anger just means he's human. La'an decides she wants to help the girl they rescued from the other ship find her family, but the only leads she has are in non-Federation space, so she requests a leave of absence, which Pike grants. And in the final shot of the episode, Uhura walks onto the bridge and eyes the communication station. Think she might stick around? So that's this week's episode. Felt like it could have been a season finale all on its own. No idea how they're gonna top it, but leave a comment below with what you think is coming next week.
Are they gonna bring Scotty in right away as their new chief engineer? I hope not. I want more original characters.
Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share the video with your friends. Subscribe to my Patreon to get shouted out in future videos. Check out my Bandcamp for banging tunes, including all the tracks you heard in this video. Follow me on Twitter @GayestFesh, and don't forget to check out my podcast, The Rest of Both Worlds, where I go through Star Trek The Next Generation with a friend who's never seen it. Thank you to all my patrons, with a special shout out to Piftle Cakes and Renee Vorbeck. Your support is greatly appreciated. See you all in the next video.